Hello everyone! I know it's been quite a while since my last video on YouTube. I'm actually not wearing anything on my lips because I wanted to do some lip swatches for you. But this episode is going to be a roundup review of sorts of all the spring favorites that have been tried and true for me this year. And I'm going to start with my Chantecaille Lip Chic lipstick. I actually washed this yesterday. I don't know if it's safe for me to use this anymore, but I will be going out and purchasing a new one today because I cannot live without this. It has the most comfortable texture in the universe. It's balmy, there's a little bit of shimmer, but it doesn't irritate my super sensitive lips. The bottom line is that this is my holy grail, my lips but better shade, and I'm so gutted that I washed this. I really highly recommend this formula and this lipstick, especially if you don't like anything sticky. If you're looking for a more matte lipstick, I love this Laura Mercier Extreme Velour Matte Lipstick. It also has a sharpener at the end if that's your preference, and I rarely ever use this because I always blot out the edges of my lips with a finger or a Q-tip. I'm going to put this one on for you. Should probably tell you the color. It is Vibe, and I really do like this one. It's just a touch pink. It's not overly pink, but it's still natural and nude. It's not too slippery. It's not too drying. It doesn't look like you've powdered your lips. So I do really like this formula, and I would wear this alone, but I actually like to top it with my Chanel Glossimer in 714. This is my favorite Rouge Cocoa Gloss out of all of the colors in this really big collection. This particular nude without any shimmer is my favorite. It's more of a caramelly color on my lips, so it does take away the pink lean. Now, if you're looking for something more metallic, which is definitely on trend for spring and summer, MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in 131 Quartzette is actually a really nice option. It's a very mildly metallic color. You'll still get that metallic sheen on your lips, but I can actually wear this alone. As a reference, here is 714 next to Quartzette. As you can see, it is warmer, more pinky terracotta-y, whereas this one is more of a neutral color. And since I was not able to put on my Anais Lip Chic for you, I probably also forgot to tell you the name. I'm so sorry. You can find all of these at Nordstrom One Stop Shop. In case you're curious, my rings are by Monica Vikander, I believe. And when I was going to pick up a Charlotte Tilbury foundation, which I'm wearing today, I'm going to be talking to you about it, I stopped by her counter to take a look because I wanted to get my sister a birthday present, and then I decided that I really wanted to get us these matching rings. They're super easy to wear and stack. I really like the multifaceted look that these rings provide because you can mix and match and you can wear them alone. A lot of times I wear the Moonstone alone. This is size 4.5, and the emerald is significant because my grandfather used to travel to South America and he would always bring my grandma home these beautiful emeralds. Now let's move on to foundation, since I already mentioned the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Magic Foundation with SPF 15 in shade number 5, and this is a great color match for me at the moment. The only problem with this foundation is that it makes my chin break out. I cannot wear this unless I am absolutely doing nothing except sitting pretty. Or if I wear this foundation for over 10 hours, I definitely see congestion and clogged pores. So this is definitely something that's more for like a night out, or if I just really want to have a moisturizing, creamy foundation. This is an excellent formula. I love the way it feels. It's not too drying or too heavy. It has this rose gold lid, and it's lightweight. It's very girly. It looks cute on a vanity, but I wouldn't say that this is a holy grail formula for me. I really like it because it is photogenic, but my best foundation of the moment, it's a great color match for me. Linen number 21. This is the Dior Forever Undercover 24-hour full coverage foundation. You have to shake it up quite a bit, but I put this on with my fingers, and my gosh, guys, I wasn't sure I loved it at first because it made made my T-zone rather oily, and it works especially well when you use a primer underneath it. I've been experimenting with different ones, especially because I still have acne scarring and textural imperfections on this side of my face. I do love and highly recommend this. The more I use it, the more I love it. For spring 2018 as a whole, this is my top pick for foundation. And don't write it off for a few weeks, because it probably took me about 3 weeks to really think like, oh my gosh, this is a lot better than anything else I'm using. Okay, so now we're gonna attack this giant bunch of pencils that I'm holding up. We're gonna start with my brows, because I have been using Burberry and Estee Lauder brow pencils for a long time, so you guys already know those two are my go-tos. However, the Hourglass Arch brow sculpting color range has been expanded, and ever since then I have tried Ash as well as Natural Black. I'm always excited to try a new brow pencil, so I tried Ash first because it is the lighter one, and I definitely like this for more of a quick everyday brow. I'm wearing Natural Black, and it definitely gives me more of a finished, polished look. After a few weeks of testing these, I definitely felt that Ash was more appropriate for a quick, you know, bit of depth, not too much shape or color, because you can kind of see where my natural brow hairs are versus the pencil, and I actually don't like that. So it looks really natural, but it's not my favorite color of the bunch. Natural Black definitely works for me more. I like my hair and my brows to match, so I prefer going a little bit darker since I have been wearing more eyeshadow. And that's kind of the key for me. The darker the eyeshadow, the heavier the brow that I go. For a while, I went through this phase where I wanted really light brows and really dark eyes, you know, kind of like Lucy Liu, but then I realized dark brows, dark eyeshadow, that suits my face shape and my personal style more. Waxy pencils are not really the right fit for me, but with the Hourglass, because the pigmentation is equally as strong as the wax hold, it actually lasts all day, even though I have drawn basically the last bit of this tail completely with pencil. I'm just glad that now I have a third black eyebrow pencil option, so I highly recommend the Burberry Effortless, the Estee Lauder Multitasker, and now this Hourglass Arch in Natural Black. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break from all the makeup and go back to concealer, because Nordstrom has recently started stocking Space NK products on their website, and by far this is my best of spring 2018 concealer product. It is so convenient. I've already used up 2, and so this is my 3rd, and that's pretty much unheard of for me. It's kind of like Clé de Peau's concealer, except Clé de Peau reformulated theirs with SPF, and it just started to clog my pores too much, even the older formula. So this one doesn't do that. It's safe and gentle to use on my very, very hypersensitive pores. It is expensive, but it's so natural, and I haven't found anything that works this well under my eyes, around my nose, to cover redness and to conceal and cover my acne scarring, as well as this. Now for a little Tom Ford and Hourglass. A couple years ago, when Tom Ford launched this high definition eyeliner, it is a retractable pen, and I fell head over heels for it. But I used my first one up within like 2 weeks. I was shocked at how fast I went through it. You really don't get that much product, but this is one of the few eyeliner pencils that I can put in my waterline that doesn't make my contacts fuzzy, that doesn't like get cakey or crumbly and impair my vision. So I highly recommend this because it doesn't smudge either. It is truly one of the best waterproof pencils on the market. It has an amazing formula. I love the packaging. However, it's really, really expensive to use on a daily basis. The Hourglass version, which is called the 1.5mm mechanical gel eyeliner, which I have in bronze and obsidian, which is black. These are really a lot more affordable, but they're just a touch softer, so I do recommend blending them out. They're not quite as waterproof, but they're super long lasting as well if you blend them out. They're much more cost effective if you wear pencil eyeliner every single day. Now, another option for you from Tom Ford is the Eye Kohl Intense in number 1 Espresso is what I used on my lower waterline. This is a pretty impressive pencil. I wasn't expecting to love this, and it does smudge, so I highly recommend using this as a base. And I sometimes use it along my whole upper lash line and upper lid. What I like to do when I use this eye kohl is smudge it out with Tom Ford's eyeliner pen or eyeliner brush, excuse me. This is what I use today to smooth it out and make sure it doesn't crease or transfer. It's kind of like a darker version of the Hourglass bronze mechanical pencil, except this one is a little bit richer and darker and slightly cooler. But I highly recommend all of the Hourglass and the Tom Ford pencils that I've just shown you. As I age, I definitely prefer smudging out pencil liner versus wearing a liquid liner. Last but not least, we have my Holy Grail bronzer, and I've experimented so much, and I do love Tom Ford and other bronzers that I've mentioned in the past, but the one that always looks good on my skin, no matter what condition it's in, whether it's dehydrated or perfectly normal, or if I'm just sweating my butt off in Miami, for example, the Laura Mercier Bronze number 2, the Matte Radiance Baked Powder. I have also gone pan and repurchased another one of this. I use it as eyeshadow, I use it to sculpt my nose, I use it as bronzer / blush. This is a holy grail complexion powder for me. It just makes my skin look soft and diffused. It never looks, you know, muddy or dirty. The only thing I wish I could fix is the bulky compact packaging. I wish it could be a little bit more streamlined, but that's a small price to pay for such a fabulous product. This is truly the one bronzer that I cannot live without. I was experimenting with a lot of different matte and shimmery bronzers since last year. What I realized in March is that there's no better bronzer suited for my skin's undertone and for my skin's actual texture than this particular formula. All of the products that I have shown you today are available via Nordstrom, so I'll link everything down below if you guys want to check them out. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'm sorry I've been so sick. I haven't been really sick the whole time that I've been away, but I've been really like mildly, consistently sick. Thank you guys so much for being supportive and patient and encouraging, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.